Where am I? I asked when a woman walked into the room. Foundation University Hospital, Metropolitano, she answered with a strong South American accent. You are a very lucky man to survive with so few injuries. Were there others? One is in the room next door. One is in the ICU. They lived? We all lived? I mumbled. I am alive, right? She set the clipboard she was holding down on the table by the side of the bed and smiled. Yes, you are alive, but I'm going to check your vitals just to be sure. How long have I been here? Just a few hours. While you have several broken bones and suffered a head injury, you did not require surgery. Are you certain? She took the stethoscope out of her ears. About which part? That I didn't need surgery. It sure as hell felt like I should have. Before she could answer, the door burst open and Razor Sharp, one of K-19's Security Solutions' founding partners, rushed in. How is he? He asked the nurse. Alive, which seems to surprise him. Nothing wrong with my hearing. Razor came over to the bed and rested his hand on my arm. Thank God you're going to be okay. She said one of the other victims is next door, and another in the ICU. Do you know their condition? I asked once the woman left the room. Tackle is about as banged up as you are. Onyx, though, he's in bad shape. Corazon shot him. We've been able to piece that together. Razor pulled up a chair and sat. We have plenty of time for a hot wash later. What happens now? We wait for Onyx's condition to stabilize enough that he can be transported back to the States. Can I see him? Razor shook his head. Not yet, but I heard a rumor that Tackle may be able to mobilize sooner than you.
Why in the hell did I come to California for Thanksgiving? I'd only done it so I didn't have to be alone. But here I was, surrounded by people, 4 of my best friends in the world, and I'd never felt more alone in my life. From the time we were 7 years old, when we all showed up at the same boarding school, until just recently, we'd been the tribe of 5, always looking out for each other in a way no one else did. All of our parents, to one degree or another, had lives that didn't include much time for child rearing. That's why we'd banded together in the first place. Shared misery, loneliness, and a profound sense of abandonment. I couldn't pinpoint exactly when Quinn, Ava, Anya, Penelope, and I had started to grow apart. More and more, I felt like I no longer connected with the 4 of them. I couldn't say or do the right thing, ever. What we all used to find funny became me being a bitch or immature. Part of it was that, in the last year, our lives had all gone in different directions. Quinn got married first. Ava followed not long after. Penelope got a job she loved as a physical therapist, and Anya had been in a committed relationship that, while she said they'd broken up, seemed as though it was back on. And that left me. I had a degree in art history and no idea what to do with it. Sure, I could work in a museum, but where I'd have to start would bore me to tears. It wasn't like I could show up and immediately get a job as a curator. I'd have to start as a curatorial assistant. No thanks. I noticed the key fob for the rental car sitting on the counter, picked it up, and sneaked it into my pocket, wondering if I left, how long it would be before anyone even noticed I was gone. Or maybe they would notice and be thankful. Even I had to admit I was bitchy. Ever since Penn and I decided at the last minute to fly here for the holiday and a couple of my credit cards were declined, I'd been distracted. I called my dad before we left to find out why, but so far, he hadn't returned my call. Penn had offered to cover the cost of the airfare, just so we could get the flights booked and be on our way, which wasn't that big of a deal. I just hated having something like this hanging over my head. When my phone vibrated with a call from a friend I'd known even longer than the 4 I was here with, I crept out the front door.